I've discussed in the past about being a survivalist, what that means to me. And I had a conversation with a family member of mine, they're a close family member, and I love them very much. I'm turn the light on here. They, in essence, think this climate. They in essence, are on the same page I am. They think when it comes to climate change, that's something that's going to happen in 50 years to 100 years from now. When I bring up to them about this coronavirus possibly being a serious pandemic, and that I think it's already spread, and it's worse than saying it is, he's telling me, well, if it happens, it happens. He's not a sheep. He's a very intelligent young man. He's a little older than me. And he's been through some things in his life. Let's be clear about something. This is the beginning of February, and it was like 70 degrees today. 77 degrees above my thermometer in the house. Walking around with shorts on in the beginning of February. We're already dealing with climate change. We're already living under climate change. It's not coming, it's here. I think that's one of those things that some people do, these so-called capitalists. They feel like, well, nothing can be done about it. So, like I said, just push the gas pedal. We'll just run into the wall. When the billionaires and trillionaires have got compounds and shit. What I'm saying is, we're trying to grab a hold of a system that's disintegrating, and the folks at the top know it, and we hear about the stuff they do, and these guys are like, yeah, we want to buy a truck, and you know what I mean? We're going to do this, and fuck all that environmental stuff. It's just like, dude, you're trying to win in a system that other folks won in 20 years ago. The system is crumbling in front of your eyes. I believe coronavirus is already spread. I don't think it's much chance of them catching it. I understand with Ebola, it mutated and it was something that it basically destroyed itself in essence. Something like SARS, ain't it? It just ended. I look at SARS, look at Ebola. A lot of Americans probably see it like, oh, it didn't get bad. A lot of folks didn't die. That's good, thank God. I don't see it like that. I believe that some of these things are tests. Well, let's put that aside. Let's just talk about the diseases themselves. I believe these diseases show you that our powers of containment don't really work. I think we've become complacent, that government forces will catch up with the disease in time, with the flu shots, and I think people have become complacent. I mean, I got a big bottle of hand sanitizer in my backpack. That's staying in the backpack. That's staying in there. I got a big can of Lysol. I got some wipes. When I get it, I'm putting all that in the car. I'm not bringing it back in here to clean the toilet, to clean nothing. That's when I go out on the job, okay? And I don't use Lysol often. I mean, I wash my hands. But this thing is serious. I think it's worse than they're saying. Remember with the Ebola guys, it was in that guy's eye. They tested him and he was fine. See, people don't talk about that. That this could have, and then the ambulance that he was in Dallas, they kept running that thing for like 2 weeks. You see what I'm saying? I look at cases like that and I'm like, yo, this was some significant failures. And that's just stuff me, John Q. Public, can see. There's probably another 5 pages we go into about stuff we don't know about. If I can see it, That's how I am in trucking. If I can find 2-3 things and walk around, it's more wrong I can't find. If I find 2 things wrong, I'm not taking that trailer. Because I'm not a mechanic. If I can see that, it's more I can't see. There's always something you can't see. But if I can find that stuff, okay. That Ebola could have gotten really bad. But as I understand, it's not really communicable. One thing the West has is we have sanitation. We have certain rules and stuff. And I understand that's your socialist policies. Yeah. That's your socialist policies. Remember the urban jungle with John Sinclair, the stuff he was talking about back then? We've come a long way from that. Health and safety and stuff like that. Checking the food, checking the restaurants and all. I think that's one thing we've got going for us is we're already on another level with sanitation compared to other countries that don't have that level of it. But I look at Ebola, I look at SARS and H1N1, and I feel as though we've come very close. I tell people all the time, SARS made it into America. There were people in Canada getting. There's a documentary. I'm trying to find it on YouTube. BBC did it, where they were showing like paramedics, I think in Toronto, with all the gear on and stuff. It was here, dude. And I just think that Americans, because we don't have a lot of this stuff happen, have become complacent, and that's a problem. And that concerns me. I really feel like that. It's like I said in another video, if some guy's out here committing a crime and the police come in and stop him, people are like, oh, well, see, there was never any danger, the police got him. Until the day they don't. You see, that's complacency, and that's dangerous. Like I said, my family member, I love him, I respect him. He's really come through a lot, and he's trying to do his own thing, business in the next year or so. That's awesome, bro. We don't really talk as much, but I realize we're not on the same page. I think that we're living in a crumbling society, and I'm doing what I can to try to get myself off of it, to protect myself, to look ahead, little things here and there. Even, other people I know that they don't really get that. This is a crumbling society in more ways than one. And I don't trust this media. I don't trust China at all. And you shouldn't either. But I think it's a lot more than we know is going on out there. Peace.